I'll
Well,
post pictures later of
he
the
should
miraculous.
actually, I think he should start his own meal prep company.
I know. You hear that, baby? You can start your own meal prep company.
There's people that do that, you know, and they're very successful.
Oh, I know. People ask him all the time. They're like, "Why can't you just make food for me? I'll pay you." And I'm like, he's like, "No."
Really?
I actually did that this summer for some of my coworkers when we were doing like a weight loss challenge at work. Because everybody's like, I'm too lazy to eat healthy food. So I did that, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it anyways, just make double batches and frickin' sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, we had big, tasty salads. It was great.
Okay, we are good to go now. Sorry about the midterm updates. So Whitney and Victoria dropped off. I don't know where she went. But Whitney, this recognition and stuff, we will go over this in Coach University, so don't panic that your name, one, isn't on here, and two, that you may not know what we're talking about. But I just wanted to shout out everybody for honestly having a killer first week in January. I mean, Bethany is already at Success Club. Monique's almost there. Julianne's almost there. Melanie has points on the board.
I'm here today. I just sold an all.
Oh yeah. So you're at 6 now too.
Yeah.
So this is basically just a snapshot. So congratulations to you guys for an awesome week. So proud of you.
I know. Good job, you guys. It feels really good to get started that early.
It totally does. And it just sets the tone for the year. Yeah. Also, starting in January, you start earning, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but trip dollars towards the Success Club trip. So the more, like basically every point that you earn is $1, which is awesome. And then I wanted to just copy in, Monique shared this in the team files or in our team page, but this is the calendar for January. There's a clearer copy in Facebook, so if you go there, it's a little bit easier to see. But this is kind of the calendar. You guys do not have to work off of this, but this is what we will work off of. And for you guys who are in the new coach training, we're going to be talking about this more, so don't panic about this. But I think just having a good plan of like making sure that group is ready, that you know what you're going to be talking about in your posts and things like that, that we all celebrate Monique's birthday. Apparently that's really important. So you can kind of see this is what Monique and I are doing, and you guys can just copy it, but we're going to start offering challenge group signups here. We're a new coaching sneak peek here and things like that. So neither of us are doing free groups this month. That doesn't mean that you guys can't. We just both felt a little maxed out. So if you want to do a free group, more power to you. You can share it on our page. Any questions on that at all? No, you're good. Cool. Well, this is all in the actual Facebook page too. And Super Saturday. So I'm going to turn it over to Monique and Katie. I didn't actually go because it snowed here.
Yeah. So that was
Oregonians are wimps. But you guys are Californians, so you're wimps too.
Yeah, we're total wimps. I'm sleeping right now, and I just didn't have time to go get my robe. So don't be sad. It's not here.
Victoria and Whitney, Monique is always in a pink fluffy robe. So
I'm sad without it. So Super Saturday was amazing. I cannot even believe how much new stuff is coming out this year, and all that they're doing this year is Abby.
You want to explain really quick what that is?
What Super Saturday is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Super Saturday, for those that are new, or even coaches who are not really new but haven't been before, it's a really awesome quarterly event that Beachbody puts together, and almost every large city has a council, like a Beachbody council in that city, and they put together larger events. But in even smaller cities, there are some small cities that are not near large cities, and coaches will get together and put on their own Super Saturdays and invite people in the community. So it's really basically across all of the countries and that we serve. Even in Puerto Rico, coaches put Super Saturdays together. So on these dates, every 3 months, coaches across the nation and in other countries have Super Saturdays going on. And what it really is it's Beachbody getting everyone together and, first of all, updating what's coming up so you know what the company is up to, things that are promotions that are coming out, trips that are coming up, things that you can qualify for, just exciting things. There's always a workout A lot of times recently, I would say within the last year, it's always been a celebrity trainer workout. So someone from like our, from our catalog of celebrity trainers has been at one of our events, which is really cool to see them up and close in person, because you see them on, TV and you're like, what? I'm really like this far from Joel and Jericho and Tony Horton and Autumn. Like, it's really rad because they're for real. Like,
Autumn's even prettier in real life, which is kind of annoying.
That is annoying.
Yeah, so that's really cool. But then again, you also get the feeling of what Beachbody is all about. And you get additional training in there that we don't provide you, that we're getting ourselves. And you really get to be around your team and other coaches. And I mean, I can't explain to you guys how the excitement and the energy is that really pumps you up. And it's so important that you go to these events. I went to my first Super Saturday alone. Like, I've gone to them alone. I've taken my husband. I don't care if no one can go with me, because to me, it's important to fill my cup up in this. And the reason why is, you've heard Abby say it before, and you'll hear us say it a lot, because this, like anything in life, you go through ups and downs. You're not always going to have great days. You're not always going to feel really good about your business or yourself, or sometimes life just sucks in general. And you're like, my business sucks and I suck and everything sucks. And then you're going to say, and why am I even doing this? Why am I even trying to coach? Why am I trying to change lives? Who am I to do this? And so every 3 months, you have this opportunity to pull yourself out of that stuff, even though you have us to lean on, and we'll pull you out of it too. But it's really rad to surround yourself with hundreds. I mean, you have us here, a small group, right, of like 50, but hundreds and hundreds of other coaches who are all going to rally together, and you just get filled up with this energy again, and what the company really is all about. So it's super important to get to them. Like, mark your calendar every 3 months. The calendar is actually on back office website, and it says every single date of the next one that's coming up. So the next one is April 8th. So mark your calendars for that. Plan ahead for it. Don't schedule anything on there. If you have friends or family that you want to take, like, make sure that you're planning ahead and you're going to go April 8th to the Super Saturday in your area.
And we'll bug you to come with us too. So
Deal.
yeah, it's fun.
It's fun. It's a ton of fun. And it's also really good for you to go and you get to take pictures there, and you get to share that on social media and say, look what we're a part of. We're a part of something way bigger. Like, yeah, you see me posting my selfies, and, you see me talking about Shakeology and sharing my journey, but there's literally thousands and thousands of other people in this organization that are all fighting for the same thing, which is to change lives every day. So it's just really cool to share that. And to be honest, my business has grown every single time I share that. Just going to Super Saturdays, or when we went to Summit, my team grows every single time, because so many people don't have that community or in life at all. You know what I mean? There are so many women, especially, who don't have a lot of close friends, and need that and want that and crave that. So it's really cool that that's another aspect to offer. So that's Super Saturday in a nutshell. And if you guys have questions on that, let us know, but it's pretty straightforward. And it's a cost. It's usually about $20 to go. I think the tickets are right around $20. It's never really more than that. So they made a lot of announcements this time. And I mean, even more than last year. At the beginning of the year last year, they made a few big ones, but this year, this is going to be a huge year for us. And I think it's really important that we mark all of these things down and keep a big picture, because you're going to be able to use these to help so many more people and to grow your business exponentially. And this, what you see here, I don't have a lot to speak onto it, because they kind of just, it was like teasers. So we don't know the new flavors. There are new flavors of Shakeology. We don't know the flavors or when they're going to drop.
They're coming.
There are 3 new fitness programs and new nutritional products. We don't know what, and we don't know how. But I can tell you that, because Tony Horton was our guest trainer and guest speaker, he did tell us that his program, he has a new program coming out, and it's coming out in November, and it's going to be unlike anything. And he was talking crazy talk, and he was saying he's going to wear a unicorn head and dance around and things. I don't know. I mean, Tony, that's the first thing I've ever seen from him, and he was a little cuckoo. Funny, so funny. But so I don't know what kind of workout he's going to, but he said it's going to be a little cray-cray. So, and very different from anything that's in our library and available now.
And the cool thing is, a couple of you have all access passes. And so anybody who has that on-demand all access, all of these new programs that drop, they'll just get automatically. So they won't have to pay for them.
Yeah. all of these. So that's something else. Like, actually, I started putting that in my email that I sent to people. It's like, you have access to all this, but I just got word yesterday that Beachbody is dropping 3 new programs this year. So that's something that you can talk about as the next few weeks upcoming when you're talking about All Access Pass and the Challenge Pack. Like, yeah, you're going to get, that's what we were saying. You're going to have access to any new programs, but we didn't know what or how many. Now we know 3 are coming, and at least one of them is from Tony, which is huge. So that'll be fun. They're going to update the Team Beachbody, our back office website, which is so needed because it's so daunting to look at. I steered clear of it as a brand new coach. I was just like, forget that thing, because that thing is like a beast. So they're going to update that in the spring, and new coach online office. So I think it's going to have a really fresh look, which is really important that they keep that side of it also, because they keep up everything else. And thank the Lord, the thing that we've all been waiting for is going international. A huge piece. I mean, there are millions and millions of people who are obese in our country that need our help, but I can speak for myself personally. I'm sure Abby too. I know Erica has people that are just chomping at the bit to sign up and coach and actually start a business, who are international, and they want to they love Beachbody, they love the programs, they love what we have to offer, and they want in, but they can't get Shakeology, they can't get products, they can't get anything else. So going international is going to be huge. Again, we don't know which country they're starting us off with. I'm hoping it's either Mexico or Australia, because I got some peeps in Mexico that are like ready to go tomorrow. So that'll be exciting news. And then the next Success Club trip, which is huge, and Abby talked about it a little bit earlier. All of your dollar, you can basically earn your Success Club trip. They do once every year, and it's in the spring. It's usually around end of April, beginning of May. That's when it is this year. And it's always somewhere amazing, different, and it's always all inclusive. And the really cool part is that you have a whole year to earn your trip for free, an entire year to earn it for free. I've earned my trip for this year. I just don't think financially, like to tickets and 5 people and my husband taking off work, we're going to be able to swing that this year. So I'm not sure, but my if I wanted to go, it's paid for. Like my room's paid for. I earned all of my trip dollars to go this year. So it's really cool to be able to look forward to next year. It's going to be in Mexico. Abby, you got your dream come true.
I know.
Be on the West Coast so that we could get there easily.
Seriously.
Playa Riviera in Mexico, which is really, really rad. So again, it's about $1,200. I don't know. Is that what the cruise was last year, Abby? About that, somewhere around that.
Yep.
You can earn up to like $1,200, and every Success Club point that you earn all throughout the year adds up to trip dollars. So as you continue to earn Success Club points, you're earning dollars towards your trip to be paid for completely. So you just end up having to pay for airfare, and you get to bring a guest for free too, which is rad. So like,
wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I'll talk about this more in a minute, so you can kind of plan ahead.
So I wanted to turn it over now to Katie, who had some really good takeaways from Tony. Was our guest speaker, and he's actually Tony Horton. If you guys, I had no idea because I don't follow him in that capacity, like outside of Beachbody, but he has a huge brand of his own. He's not just like the Beachbody King. He actually has a huge brand of a whole bunch of other stuff that he does. And so he's now getting into motivational speaking. So he's working with Brennan Burchard, who I love to follow.
Cool.
Actually, Tuesday, I'll put the link in the team page, but they're doing a free seminar, like a webinar on Tuesday. But he had such amazing things that he talked about at Super Saturday. So I'm going to turn it over to Katie so she can share her takeaways with you guys.
Hello. I was on the FAQ for the trip too, and it's April 15th to April 19th or April 19th to April 23rd. Details. But
I've got it on the next slide.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, Riviera Maya is amazing. That's where I went on my honeymoon. And yeah, it's the east coast of Mexico, and it's like it's a Gulf and everything, and it's warm, clear waters, and they have like the Mayan ruins and whatever. But it's amazing there. I'm excited. As far as Tony Horton goes, he is incredible. Like, I am now in love with Tony Horton. I've never done one of his programs. I had convinced myself that like I couldn't do his programs, I have like back and knee and stuff. And so I was convinced that I couldn't do one of his programs, but then I stayed and he did the 22-minute hardcore. And I actually worked out so hard that I got this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, apparently I broke some blood vessels in my eye. Like, it doesn't hurt. I didn't even know about it, but yeah, it was insane. It was intense, but I loved it. And he is an amazing guy. Like, he is totally goofy, and he was doing celebrity voices and everything. But just the wisdom that came from him was incredible. And one of the biggest things I took from him was something he said was the worst type of advice to give is the advice that wasn't asked for. Which sounds kind of simple, but it really made me rethink kind of everything that I'm going to do from here on out. Instead of trying to like go after people that don't want it, aren't ready for it. Sorry, my dog's like totally chilling right here. But it's just a matter of like, there's people out there that do want your help. And it doesn't mean like, don't go out and like talk to new people and don't invite people. But like, I found it to a point where it's like, I'll get caught up on someone that keeps stringing me along. And I'm just like, I spend all my energy trying to convince them that they need this. And it's just silly. Like, there's no reason for that. So I think that kind of made a big shift in my mindset as far as, you know, we're here to help people that want to be helped. And really, you can't force anyone. Like, someone had asked Tony, what do you do if your family or friends, like, you know that they need this? And he said, there's nothing. You cannot do anything to help someone that doesn't want to be helped. So that was a huge takeaway for me. And then he talked about, like, why do you exercise and eat? Like, why does his why for exercising every day and working out? Because he said, when I eat well and exercise today is better. So he was basically saying that the numbers, the tool or the measurements and the weight and all that stuff, those are just tools to measure your progress. But they aren't like the reason, basically. Like, the days that you work out and you feed your body well, you feel good. And that's why you should be doing it. So those were my major takeaways from him, but he really was absolutely incredible.
Thanks, Katie.
And then there was a girl that was on a video actually in the beginning part. I don't even know who she was, to be honest, but she also said, and I've heard this before, but in terms of mindset, when you go to talk to someone, just gearing yourself up in your head and just say, you know, this girl wants to hear from me. Like, this girl's going to be so excited to hear from me and excited to hear what I have to offer and all those things. And that's a really good thing to have in your head. If you go in thinking, oh, this girl's going to think I'm annoying or this girl's not going to want to hear from me, it's just, you're not going to present yourself in the way that you would if you feel like this is what they need and want from me right now.
She, Jen Guthrie, she's actually one of the Dream Team coaches who's on our larger team that we're a part of. And when I was in Florida this last fall, she was there and did that. I think probably a similar presentation. And she basically said that she's like, every day I psych myself up of like, they're going to be so excited to see my message come through. I can't wait. Like, she's like, it's a holy, like, people can read into your perspective. And she was just funny. So yeah, does that sound like what she was saying there, Katie?
Was that her?
Yeah, that was Jen Guthrie.
On Super Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I came in late, like, as it was rolling, so I watched it. She was really good. She had good things to say. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a really good takeaway.
Victoria, she's actually, because I sent you this big long email, and then
she was that last Facebook person you sent me, right?
Yeah. So she's young, married, just out of college, kind of no kids, and she's doing really, really well. So she's a great person to kind of like not copy it everything, but just kind of see like, okay, what does she talk about? How does that look? Things like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
She also focused a lot on the fact that she only spends literally 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
Like she went over that. Like, that was her main focus is I'm a full-time teacher. She comes home from work. She literally has an hour to an hour and a half before her husband gets home. And that's the only time she uses. And because of that, she focuses in so hardcore, and like, she kind of feels like it's a race against herself. Like, how many things am I going to get done in this time? And she's I mean, she's incredibly successful.
Huh, that's really interesting.
And Victoria, we're going to be talking a lot about in more of the new coach training stuff like time management, and we're going to Monique and I have some calls for our team that we're going to do more on this in depth as well, because it's just this call that you're on is more of like, here's big updates, but we kind of dive into a lot of these topics more specifically. Did you guys have other takeaways from Super Saturday? Monique, did you have any? No.
I think that was it. It was really, our Super Saturday was really, it was like the Tony show.
Okay.
So it was really a Q&A. Like we had that same video like that they played. They did the announcements. They played the training from Jen. And then it was an open Q&A forum for Tony. So there was no speaker like there usually is. It was different. But he talks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a little different. But it was good.
I don't like P90X, but I love 22-minute hardcore, and that's where I learned to like him there because it's like my favorite program.
I was thinking about you the whole time. I was like, this is Abby's thing. Like, this is her.
I love it. It's 22 minutes. How can you hate it? And I got like the best results, and he's awesome.
Yeah, it was insane.
Burpees galore.
Yeah, frog burpees, and I don't know what else we did.
Burpees, yeah. Okay, let me jump down then to, oh man.
What?
My picture, I'm like having issues with Canva today. Okay, let me just show.
Oh, I thought it looked really pretty. Just leave it.
Okay, well here's the picture that I had just so you guys can appreciate it, and then you can picture it in the slideshow. So Victoria, you can get excited. Playa Riviera, all these beautiful sunny places. Okay, there. Who knows what's going on right now? Okay, so I guess Whitney jumped off. So this is how you go on the trip. And for those of you who are new, there you are, Whitney. My picture didn't come through. This is a really, really good thing to kind of have on your goal board. And like Monique was saying, I earned my trip this year as well. I actually earned it last year too, but the last 2 years, they've both been on the East Coast in the Dominican Republic or on a cruise. And it costs just so much to fly from the West Coast there that it wasn't worth it. But this year, you guys are all West Coast people, so it's super cheap to get to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So
this is something that, like Monique was saying, you guys can totally earn. So these are the dates. There'll be a sign-up time for it, but you don't actually have to pay anything, really. And we'll kind of let you guys know on our page as those dates come up. I clearly have typos in here today. I was in such a hurry. But you will get your free, if you hit Success Club, which we'll talk about in a minute, every month this year, you will get your free trip, so your room and board, because it's all inclusive, and $750 of resort credit to spend on this trip for you and a significant other. So it's a really great thing to put on your goal board as I want to earn this trip with me and my husband this year. That would be fantastic. So
yeah, I mean, because truly, we don't do a lot of vacationing since we have kids, financially and time-wise. It's just, we have not traveled since we had kids. And if this is the one trip a year that we can take and have to just pay for airfare, that's a great deal. You know what I mean? That's something that you can say, yeah, we can definitely make a trip happen every year because I'm working anyways and I'm earning this money towards it anyways, and just make that a plan every single year and know that you will at least travel once a year.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And they always do all-inclusive stuff. So all-inclusive resorts or all-inclusive cruises and stuff like that. So basically, this is the nitty-gritty details, and it's all in the FAQs. But you basically have to hit Success Club, a 15 points basically cumulative each quarter. And what Success Club is, and we're going to talk about this in your coach training since you guys are on here, but it's basically helping a minimum of 3 people a month, three new people every month. It's something that I just made when I signed up as a new coach, a non-negotiable. And it's just been something I've done. In some months it's been super easy. Some months it's been really hard. And we're here to help you with that. But that's basically, as you hit that, you get your free ticket on this trip. So I don't want to say, it's so easy to do, but it kind of is, because if you're just hitting your personal benchmarks in your business, you're going to do this automatically, which is pretty rad. I don't know if you or Katie, Monique or Katie, have anything to add on that one.
No, I think that's spot on. And I mean, if you help 3 people a month, not only are you know that you're earning your trip for free, you're making an income. Like you're
And your
automatically,
Shakeology is free.
yeah, your Shakeology.
Yay!
So
I'm all about that.
Yeah.
the benchmark to set for yourself. It's not hard. 3 people out of the millions of people, and even just hundreds of people that we have around us in our social circles, it can happen if that's what you make your goal to be. And same thing, like Abby, mine's a non-negotiable every month. There's been months that I've fallen short, but it's always the thing that I know I'm setting myself up, and I'm setting myself up to actually help people. You know, there are people out there that want us to help them, so we just have to find them.
Yep. So yeah, make that a non-negotiable. We'll talk about it more. Victoria or Whitney, do you guys have questions? I know that you're just like totally jumping in, like literally having done nothing before. So do you have questions on any of this at all?
I was kind of looking at the that email that you had sent me, and it explained a little bit about the success points. So do you get a point when a new person signs up, or how does that work?
So you get a Success Club point for so you had messaged me earlier today and I haven't gone back to you, not yourself. So when your own Shakeology order processes, that doesn't give you points. But for every person who either signs up for Shakeology, or just buy Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 1 point. But if they get a challenge pack, which is really the best deal because it's like $10 more for them, if they get a program and Shakeology, you get 2 points.
If it's an all access
2
pack,
points. Yes. Yeah, so 2 points and then 3 points if they're all access. Yeah.
And with the 3-point thing, that means this month and next month for sure, you really only have to help 2 people. So it's a perfect time to start, because any other time before this month, you had to help 3 people. But you actually technically, just to hit the bare minimum, have to help 2 people if you do all access.
And most people love it because you pay like $40 more and get literally everything. So,
but your commission's also higher. So it's a $70 commission. So not only will your Shakeology be paid for, you'll actually make money.
yep.
You'll make a $140 commission off of helping 2 people. So
Does that help, Whitney?
Yeah, that kind of makes. I'm sure I'll understand more going through all the training.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming in the beginning, but it's not so bad. Like I started in April and it took me a good maybe 6 weeks to feel like I knew all the terms and stuff, but it doesn't mean you can't do all the basic stuff anyway. You know, you just do exactly what everyone tells you, and then all of a sudden it starts to click, and then you're like, oh, well, and then someone new will come in, you'll be like, feel all like knowledgeable.
Exactly.
Yeah, Abby can attest to my mini panic attacks the last few days as I've been getting ready for class. I'm like, I don't understand any of this.
Well, and I think Katie and Monique would echo this. I mean, just like think of this as starting a new job, right?
Yep.
You feel so overwhelmed, like you're trying to learn new terminology, just figure the whole thing out. I mean, I would say any new job, it takes you a good 3 months before you really feel like you have your head around it. Monique was saying she didn't even go in the Coach Online office when she first started. I did too. I avoided it because I was so confused. So if you guys are feeling overwhelmed and confused, you should be. Like, that's a normal place to start. And that's why we do these calls, and that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So just do, really, I just tell my new coaches, if you do exactly what I tell you to do, we only give you the basic things. All of this other stuff, like Katie just said, it will fall into place. It will come along. These are like, it's like this is the user manual that you don't, the nitty gritty fine details you don't really need to worry about. Just follow exactly what Abby's telling you to do, which is post every single day, invite people every single day. Just those very basic things. If you just do exactly what we say, I promise you'll succeed. That's it. It's really easy. The rest of it comes into place. And that almost takes a lot of pressure off.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? I don't just tell me what to do today and I'll do it, and that's it.
Exactly. We promise we like to learn the hard. We haven't learned the hard way on a lot of things, but there have been things where Monique and I both man, if someone would have told us this when we first started, so we're just kind of helping you learn from our mistakes, basically. So we'll only give you the bare minimum and all this stuff.
And honestly, one of the best things ever is it went back to what was her name, Jen, said during Super Saturday, is a mindset. Assuming that I mean, and the thing is, if you think of how you felt when Abby came in to your life and was like, I want to help you, like, and how amazing that feels. And then as you go through competing, you're going to feel more amazing. And then you have to remind yourself, well, this was a gift that was given to me. And all I'm doing is trying to offer a gift to other people. And it takes kind of the pressure off. And then the whole like fake it till you make it thing. You have to be you, but you have to be more confident than you feel like you are on the inside.
Exactly. Preach it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Jenna's like totally tickling Caleb in the background, so I'm sorry if it's
We
loud.
have 3 minutes left. 3-minute marker.
This is perfect. So these are kind of the last wrap-ups. For those of you, which I guess this only really applies to Katie and Monique and myself, but make sure your health bet group is ready because it starts tomorrow. You guys should all do that. Have your January strategy ready. New coach training, I'm going to be posting the link for that. It's a new site that we're doing, so I'm going to be posting that after this call in our team page. So Victoria and Whitney, you guys can get logged in there. Katie, you're more than welcome to jump in if you want to. We'll talk more about Team Cup later, so we don't have to do that tonight. And then I just wanted as a reminder to check your online office. There's the FAQs and announcements that are on the right-hand side of the page as you log in, and they have really helpful stuff in there. So I just would, as a reminder, check those weekly and listen to the National Wake Up Call. Tomorrow it's going to be Melanie, so she's awesome.
So exciting.
Yeah, so Victoria and Whitney, the dream team is like the larger team that we are a part of, and it's the #1 team in the country. It has been for the last 3 years, which has never been done before. And the team leader, Melanie, is awesome, and she's speaking on the call tomorrow, so we'll post the link for that. They also have it recorded too, so you don't have to listen to it live. I never do.
I always do. I feel like if I don't, it's not the same effect.
I have to go to work.
I know.
Yeah, I work.
I used to listen to it on the way to work because I was like, almost I'd be at there at 8:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
I can probably catch part of it on my lunch break, but it's never ever that early.
Yeah, it doesn't happen here. So that's a really brief run through. Thanks guys for being on the call. Is there any like last minute or two, we have a minute left, questions that you guys have?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. I'm going to post a link for you guys, like I said, right after this. It's a new site that Monique and I are working on right now, so let us know if there's kinks in it, because we have some really good stuff that we've redone, but if you guys are having problems with it or it's confusing, please let us know, because that will really help us out. So you'll see that posted here in like 5 minutes. Otherwise, have a good night.
Have a good night. Have a good week, guys.
Bye.
Happy Monday.
No, seriously. Okay, talk to you guys later.